Hey guys, and welcome to the CCXP Tip of the Month. So this tip is for November 2018 and is going to be about exploring the new exam. Funny story, I was actually recording this on the last day of November because the new CCXP exam rolls out December 1st, and while in the process of trying to record it, the tornado sirens started going off, and I ended up having to grab my family and run to the storm shelter. So this is coming out a little bit late, but it's still relevant. I'm recording this on December the 2nd, 2018, so the new exam is now live. The purpose of this tip is to really just go through what the new exam is going to look like and some of the possible new questions. Obviously, I'm not privy to the questions because I wasn't involved in the panel that generated them for the CXPA. But I've got some ideas based on some things that have been said, so I'm going to share those with you. So exploring the new exam, we're going to talk about the new exam format, and then what I'm going to do is try and look at some of what I think will be the likely new questions. So the new exam format, so it begins December the 1st, so it's actually rolled out as of the recording of this video. It's a 3-hour time limit. It used to be 2 hours, and it's gone up from 70 questions to 100 questions. Now, of those 100 questions, 70 are going to be scored, and then they're going to use 30 questions as a batch of new questions that they're bringing in, and they're going to see how the performance on those 30 matches the performance on the other 70, because essentially what the CXPA are trying to do is make sure that when they add new questions to the exam, the new questions aren't going to be significantly harder or significantly easier as they continue to add new questions. As the body of knowledge continues to evolve in this discipline, they want to make sure that everything's standardized. So that's kind of the gist of how it kind of works behind the scenes. I've run the simulator with a few students now, so 20 exams have been run so far, and even though the time limit is 3 hours, it's taking an average of about 95 minutes for each student to complete the exam. So in terms of likely new questions, these are comments, these are based on comments that have been made from various individuals over the last year. So again, I don't know 100% sure, but I would say that if you're preparing for the new exam, some areas that you definitely need to make sure that you're well versed in are change management frameworks, and I would anticipate that if they do ask questions on that, they will be asking about Kotter's framework. In terms of project management principles, I definitely see those being played out a little bit more in the new exam. So what I would do is make sure that you're familiar with things like schedule compression techniques, so fast tracking and crashing. Basically just do your research on project management. You don't need to know it in depth, but just understand the discipline and some of the terms that get associated with it. The iron triangle, or is also known as the triple constraints, is another thing that you should know about. Business strategy frameworks, they didn't really touch too much on this in the first exam, so I would expect to see at least strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats being referenced, i.e. SWOT analysis, and possibly Michael Porter. It's hard to tell, really. I mean, they basically just said they're going to take the existing exam blueprint and they're just going to go deeper on all of the different knowledge areas. And I remember from the first exam, there wasn't really a whole lot on project management and business strategy. So I see these areas opening up as well. And then the final thing I think is going to play out more is social media CX best practices. I definitely think that there's going to be a lot of stuff on that. Other areas that, if you think about newer areas that have come in the last few years, so maybe some AI questions, some predictive analytics questions, all of this kind of stuff I've covered in my exam simulator. So I want to give you guys a sample question of something that could pop up in the new exam, and I just touched on this a moment ago. So in project management, what does the triple constraint describe? So is it A, the relationship between limited time, resources and money? Is it B, time, budget and scope? C, time, quality and scope? Or D, time, budget and money? So I'll give you guys a few moments to think about that one. And if we look, the correct answer is limited time, budget and scope. That's what the triple constraint is. Also known as the iron triangle or the project management triangle. So I mean, yeah, this is just a guess. Obviously, no one knows exactly what's going to be coming up in the exam, but this would be my best guess. As students take the exam and I'm getting feedback over the next month, hopefully by January, February, we should have a much better idea of some of the newer questions. But I believe I have pretty much everything covered in the exam simulator, because like I said, I took that body of knowledge and I went as deep as I could. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just quickly show you guys what the new exams look like. So I'm going to sign into the simulator, and then in the old days you just see CCXP Exam 1, CCXP Exam 2. Now I've brought in these ones that say new exam after them, and so if I'm going to go ahead and launch one of them real quick here. And it's exactly the same as before. The only differences are, now we have the 3-hour time limit, and now instead of 70 questions, we have 100 questions. So that's pretty much all I can share at the moment. That's all I know. But as things progress over the next month and into 2019, hopefully we'll have some more information. If anyone wants to follow up with me, you can email me info@ccxpexamsimulator.com. This is a brand new channel, but if you're interested in tips in the future, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. And these are some of the other products that I have out as well. I have my exam simulator, I have the Prepcast now, which is kind of like a podcast training, and then I have my book as well. So hopefully those will set you up for success. So that's all there is for the tip today. So I will see you next month.